Is a 3-day core and glutes program. It's primarily for ladies that don't necessarily want to go to the gym or fitness facility, and this is easy to do as it's only body weight, so no extra weights is required for this program. It's just for general toning and keeping fit. The program is for 3 days, so ideally you will do the training session on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and then for Tuesdays and Thursdays I would strongly recommend that you do a 30-minute cardio workout. I'm going to do a demonstration of each exercise for you so that you can make sure that your technique when doing the exercises are correct. Okay, day 1, exercise 1 is normal air squats. So you want your legs to be more or less shoulder width apart, toes facing forward in the general case, and then as you go up and down you have to look at a couple of things. First thing, when you go down, it's a nice deep squat and then back up. So you go down and up. When you go up, fully extend your legs and squeeze your glutes so that you can activate the whole stretching motion and relaxing motion of your muscles. Then from the side, it is very important when you squat to make sure that your knees stay in line with your toes. What I mean by that is you don't want to squat like this with your knees going over the edge of your toe. So when you squat, ideally you want your bum to move backwards and your knees and your toes must be in line with each other. So basically it would look like this. So you go down, up and squeeze, down, up and squeeze, down, up and squeeze. Day 1, exercise 2 is normal tricep dips. Generally we do it using a bench or a chair, or in this case for you at home you can use your bed as well. It works just as good. So your starting position is with your arms straight, just outside of your hips. Okay, so you sit with your hips on the edge, put your arms next to your body and then lift your bum away from the surface. Then what you do is you bend down from your arms, keeping your elbows tucked in and up and down and up. There's different intensity levels. The further your feet are away from your body, the more difficult it becomes, so the higher the intensity is. When you're a beginner, it's a good idea to keep your feet close to your body. It just helps to distribute your weight better and it's not as difficult. So as you become more comfortable, from there you can move your feet further away from your body. Okay. Another tip when doing a dip is when you go down, try to keep your bum close to your surface. What I mean by that is when you go down, don't swing like this away from the surface. So you go straight down, keeping your back and your bum close to the surface that you're using as support for your arms. Whether it's a bench or the bed or a chair, doesn't matter. Okay, day 1, exercise 3 is a hip thruster. So the starting position with your back flat on the floor, your heels close to your bum and your feet about shoulder width apart. So when you start, you want to lift up your bum all the way to the roof as far as you can and squeeze your bum, hold it and down. Lift, squeeze and down. You want to do slow and controlled movements while you are busy with your exercise. So go up slowly, squeeze and down. Slowly up, squeeze and down. For those of you that are more advanced, you can increase the difficulty by going up, lifting your leg down and back to normal position. Lift, alternating leg, back and down. What you can also do, another variation, is keep one leg straight and go up and back and up and back. And then on the other side the same, lift and back and lift and back. Okay, day 1, exercise 4 is called Russian twist. The basic one is with your heels on the floor, keeping it on the floor, your back straight, upper body leaning backwards, try to keep your back as straight as possible, and then you rotate your shoulders so that your trunk rotates. So just from there, you rotate your body left and right. There. This is level 1 of the exercise. Then you can make it more difficult by placing an object between your hands. Generally we use balls, 4 or 5 kilogram medicine balls that you just put extra weight on for the rotation of the exercise. Then another variation is when you lift your legs off the floor. It becomes more difficult, so you're going to lean a little bit further back just for balance, and then rotate your shoulders and your upper body left and right. Day 1, exercise 5 is lunges. Okay, so starting position. When you are a beginner with lunges, it's wise to do one leg at a time. So first complete all the reps on one side, and then when you're done, you move to the other side and complete the same movement. When you do a lunge, it's very important to make sure that your knee does not go over your toe. So explaining, when you go down, you want your knee to stay in line with your toe. Talking about the front leg now. So what you don't want is to go down and for your knee to extend over your toe. So this is the incorrect way of doing a lunge. Okay, you can see my whole body is moving forward and my weight is also shifting forward. What you want to do is keep your upper body in the same line and just go down to the floor and up and down and up without moving your body forwards. Then the distance between your legs will depend on what is comfortable for you. You can do it close together like this, but the most important thing is your front leg. If you look carefully, you'll see that my knee still does not extend over my toe. Or you can spread your legs far apart and do the same exercise. Good. As you become more advanced, you can change it up, so you can alternate between your legs. So when you feel comfortable, you can do one right leg and one left. Keeping your weight centered and not moving forward so that your knee goes over your toe. There. Okay, day 1, exercise 6, donkey kickback. So you start on your all fours, on your hands and your knees, back straight, and then you use one leg at a time. So So what you do is, from your starting position, you straighten out your leg and move it backwards and come back in and up and in, up and in, up and in. So you do one side and then you repeat the same exercise on the other side. Variation on this exercise is when you keep your knee bent throughout the motion. So you go left and back, and left and back, left and back. So instead of straightening out your leg, you keep your knee bent. Another variation that we also sometimes use is doing small ones, 3 small ones and then 1 down. So you go 1, 2, 3, in, 1, 2, 3, in, 1, 2, 3, in. What you can also do is 1 straight leg, 1 bent, 1 straight, 1 bent, 1 straight. Day 1, exercise 7, which is the last exercise for day 1, is lying pelvic tilts. So I'm just going to lift my shirt just so you can see. So where you start is, first you take your belly button and you push it down into the floor. And then you lift your belly button up to the roof. So squeeze it down to the floor, up to the roof, down to the floor, up to the roof. So basically what you're doing is just hollowing out your back and making it round. Hollowing out your back, making it round. Make sure you do slow and controlled movements. So push it out and squeeze. Push it out and squeeze. This is the start of day 2. So day 2, exercise 1 is sumo squats. So your legs are going to be a bit further apart from each other, toes facing outward, away from your body. So what you want to do is keep your balance, and as with the squats of day 1, you try to keep your weight back, so you sit back and up and back and up. As you go down, try to push your knees outwards. Just makes it better and gives you a better stretch on your inner thigh. So you go down and up. From the side, toes out, so you sit back and up and back and up. Remember to do slow and controlled movements. Day 2, exercise 2 is lady push-ups. So you start with a straight line all the way from your knees up to your shoulders. You mustn't have it bend like this. Okay, it must be a straight line. From your knees up to your shoulders. And then what you do is you go down and up. And down and up. Keeping your body in one straight line. There's also variations on the push-ups you can do. So the closer your arms or your hands are together, the more you focus on your triceps, which is the back of your arms here. And the further away you move your hands, the more you focus on your chest area. Good. Just there. If you're strong enough to do normal push-ups, on your feet, down and up, and down and up. Okay, day 2, exercise 3 is reverse crunches. So your shoulder blades stay on the floor at all times, and you do it with bent legs. So the first one's from there, you roll up and tap with your toes and up tap with your toes, lift, tap. The most important thing with doing ab exercises is your breathing. So you breathe when you go up, so breathe in, out, and in. Out, in, out, in, out, in. Variation on this is just doing it with straight legs. So legs fully extended, go up and back, and up and back. Again, breathe out and in, and out and in. Okay, day 2, exercise 4 is planking. So you start on your elbows in front and on your toes at the back. And the important thing with planking is your position of your glutes in terms of the rest of your body. So usually with a push-up position, your bum is below your shoulders. And sometimes when we stretch, we do stretches with our bum up high. For planking, you should have a straight line between your back, your shoulders and your bum. So there must be no elevation, so no incline or decline from your shoulders up to your bum. So for me, I usually try to do it in front of a mirror just to make sure, because it's difficult to see it without a mirror. So when you're still new at planking, use a mirror so you can see your alignment and feel what your body feels like in that position. Day 2, exercise 5 is courtesy lunges. I usually keep my hands in front of me, just comfortable. And then what you do is you're going to take your one leg behind the other one, like this, and then bend down at the knee. Other side, down. There you go. Courtesy lunges. Okay, don't do it too fast. Do it nice and slow. Make sure you are balanced and you feel comfortable while you are doing the exercise. So you just alternate between right and left. Okay, day 2, exercise 6 is standing lateral leg lifts. When you struggle with your balance, it's nice to have something to hold on to just for balance. So when you have a tabletop or a wall close to you, it's nice to have just for your balance. Don't put weight on it, just keep it there to help with your balance. So what you do is you start with your one leg in front of the other, and you just move it out and back and out and back. Nice and slow movements. What is also very important is to keep the knee bent of the leg that's on the floor. So when I'm lifting my left leg, make sure that your right leg, your knee is slightly bent. Don't hyperextend your knee. So keep it a little bit bent. Leg in front, stretch it up and back and up and back. And then the same on the other side. From there, up and back, up and back. Final exercise for day 2 is called bird dog. So you stand on all fours, on your hands and on your knees, and then you lift alternating arms and legs. So when you lift your left arm, your right leg follows. So down, and then the other side, lift and back, lift and back, lift and back. Very good. You can also do it with a bent leg if you prefer, instead of a straight leg. Here, balance is very important. So keep your core tight tuck in your tummy. Day 3, exercise 1 is box lifts. Okay. So ideally you'd want a step that's a little bit higher than the one that I'm presently using, but for the display purposes I'm using this step that I have at my house. So if you've got a chair that's a little bit higher, like a kid's chair, that would work perfectly. But anything that's got a little bit of height, so you just alternate between left and right. So you step up, knee nice and high, so you can stretch your glutes at the back. So you go down, all the way up, stretch, down, all the way up, stretch at the top. So alternating between left and right. Okay, basic step up, or we call it box knee lifts. Okay. Just there, left and right. Make sure you lift your knee nice and high so that you can establish the stretch in your glute muscles. Day 3, exercise 2 is normal crunches. So with normal crunches, you can put your hands behind your head. Don't put it around your neck. Your elbows mustn't go in like this. Keep your elbows nice and spread out, close to the floor. And when you go up, keep your chin away from your chest. Don't do this. It's going to hurt your neck. So when you get a spot on the roof, when you lift, you go up and down, and up and down. Don't do this. Go. You're going to hurt yourself, and then you don't accomplish what you want to accomplish. Okay, so elbows out, chin up, breathe out and in, out and in. Day 3, exercise 3 is arm and leg lift. Okay, so you want to start with your arms extended out in front of your body, leg straight, and then you do alternating arm and leg. So you go right leg, left arm, other side, twist, lift, and back. Okay, day 3, exercise 4, just trunk rotation. So you lie on the floor, knees 90 degrees up. And what you want to do is keep your shoulders on the floor at all times. So don't lift your upper body stays nice and down. All you do is you rotate your legs left and right. Trying to push your shoulder blades down to the floor. Just your legs will move from side to side. Day 3, exercise 5 is wall sits. So what you want to do is go down, have a 90-degree angle between your calves and your hamstrings, and also between your upper body and your quads. Just there, comfortable position. Keep it for 60 seconds. Okay, from the side, I'm going to show it to you here. So here I am against the side. So there, 90 degrees there, between my calves and my hamstrings, as well as 90 degrees between my upper body and my quads. Static position that you keep there for 60 seconds. Day 3, exercise 6, calf exercise. So you sit in a squat position, toes a little bit out, and then you lift one and the other. One and the other. So you alternate between left and right. You can also do 3 or 4 on one side, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you like, you can also do both together, so you go up and back. and back. It will depend on how comfortable you are and your fitness level. So alternate 1-1, 4-4, or you can do both at the same time. If you prefer, you can also stand up straight, hold on to the surface, and then from there, just lift up and back, up and back, lift and down. Variations, toes facing outwards, or toes facing inwards towards each other, like this. Slow movements with calf muscles. Don't need lots of weight, you need lots of repetitions and slow movements up and down. Last exercise is a straight arm burpee, which means you don't go down into a push-up. So you start by jumping up into the air, and then you go down into a push-up position there, but you don't go down. Straight arm burpee, so it's just there, back up, and jump, down, there, back, jump from the side, you go down, there, and lift, down, there, lift. For beginners, we usually say step out, step in, and just reach and down. Step out, step in, and reach. And this concludes the 3-day core and glutes program.